Forthcoming single from Fujii and Miyagi, that's Sore Thumb. Steve Show, Six Music with me, Steve Merchant, still to come, live music from Bleach. And we were talking just before the news about being caught doing things when you shouldn't have been, or being caught in places that you should not have been. Harry, I imagine you're always ending up in trouble, aren't you, down at the bank?
I'm always getting into scrapes.
I imagine you are. You're like a Bash Street kid.
Yeah, I apologise in advance for lowering the tone of this story, but I did get told off at work this week.
Wow.
You know where I work, it's quite a highfalutin bank. Not anyone can open an account there. It's a pretty rarefied space. And they have to provide facilities for our, top line clients. Now, I've got no problem going to the toilet with other men, standing next to them. Not got an issue with that. That's fine. I don't freeze. I'm quite comfortable.
You enjoy it?
Yeah. My issue, Steve, is when it turns to number twos.
Right.
It's just like a row of 8 cubicles. So you've got 8 bankers just hunched up, unburdening themselves. It's pretty unpleasant.
And I imagine in these difficult times when jobs are on the line, I imagine it's horrid in there. It's the stench.
It's absolutely foul.
The vomit, it's just sloshing around on the floors. It's chaos. It's like medieval times.
It's utterly repulsive. Ergo, often, when I need to use that facility, I'll avail myself of the exclusive client facilities. Now, there are big signs up as you approach them saying these are for clients only. Please keep out. It's for our very important clients. However, I don't want to be sat there with all those scumbags, doing my business.
Of course.
So I pop up to this exclusive toilet, and it's very nice. I don't leave a mess there. I make sure it's spotless for our clients when they come back.
That's absolutely right.
Absolutely ideal. I came out after one of these events, and the French fella who runs the upstairs bit, he said
he wasn't with Sir Elton John, was he?
Well, no, he'd seen me going in, and he'd waited outside for me to come out. He said, "Excuse me, sir, are you a client, or are you at client lunch?" I said, "No, I'm not." He says, "You do realise these are client facilities?" I said, "Yeah, I did, but it was I was going past. It was kind of an emergency." And I said, "I'm really sorry." He goes, "There's no need to apologise, but you shouldn't ever use them." I said, "Well, no, I am sorry." He says, "Don't apologise." I wanted to apologise.
Yeah.
If I can't apologise,
he said, "Don't
do?
flush it. Take it with you."
Exactly. I can't absorb it back into me. So it was a very difficult situation.
I imagine you've often, like me, been caught coming out of the disabled toilet. I've done that at least twice.
Yeah.
Always do what I do. Affect a limp. They can't get you on it. What can they do? What can they do? Say you're lying? Of course you can. You hobbled off down the corridor. Did it here at the BBC once. Hobbled off down the corridor, they can't get you on it.
They're so spacious.
They're lovely, they're amazing.
And to be honest...
And often the toilet is often a little bit higher than other toilets because of being able to ease yourself onto it, which is great for a tall man like myself.
Yeah. Just do not mix up the red emergency pull with the light pull, whatever you do.
Well, what frustrates me as an able-bodied person is the idea that I can't have an emergency in a toilet, so I don't get an emergency cord.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So that's why I use
You might have an emergency, of course you might. I've had many emergencies when there's been no lavatory paper.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to pull a little cord and a lovely lady comes and brings me some new roll.
Or Steve, the Batman, might appear.
That would be ideal, yeah, with a good novel.
Actually, that's one job he doesn't do. That's
I'm going to be here for a while. Harry Potter, please. Now talking of, I'm not going to go into details here because it's too graphic. But talking is a sort of flip reverse here. It wasn't that I was caught; it was rather that I caught once. I was studying at Bristol Library, and the facilities at the library were closed. I had to pop out to a local nearby public convenience. Walked in. Whoa! 2 gentlemen in a gentlemanly way. And I remember the thing I remember most distinct was that one of them had a very bright red pair of underpants. And I thought, I've never seen a bright red pair of underpants before. But, man alive, they didn't even bother using the cubicle.
Really?
They didn't, no. They were happy for you to wander in.
That's happened to me once in that I was in a cubicle, I heard 2 people come in, go into the cubicle next door, lock the door, and it all kicked off. And
That's a hell of a bank you work at.
Well, no, that wasn't in the bank, to be fair. But yeah, so I'm sat there, I'm halfway through. You can't rush these things.
Of course not.
I'm forced to listen to all sorts of games.
Whoa! Man alive. You'll be able to raise the tone, won't you, Posh Rufus?
Yes. I will actually. I'll just finish this segment with an embarrassing story that well, Harry and I kind of shared this thing of not being where we were trying to be somewhere we shouldn't have been when we went to Glastonbury with you 2 years ago. As many listeners know, Glastonbury is like an exclusive New York nightclub in that there's various different places you can go to depending on what wristband and what lanyard you've got around your neck, what laminates you've got. Harry and I were very much kind of not quite VIPs, but the coattail VIPs. You know, we were allowed into certain pens and areas. But the only stage side area we could get to was the John Peel stage. That didn't stop us trying to get every single cool stage side. It's like, oh, you know, Lily Allen's doing the old pyramid stage. Me and Harry are like, okay, we're going to go stage side, hang out with Alfie. That didn't happen. Got to, excuse me, with BBC, can we come through? What pass you got? We got these ones, yellow ones. Yeah, you need Sybil to come in. All right, thanks very much, bye. And then, should we try the stage? Yeah, no closer. But the only place we got into was John Peel stage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was exciting.
But yeah, it's just the disdain of the guys who won't let you on. They look at the colour of your laminate and it's like you're scum.
Feel like a piece of cheese.
Yeah, it's good that they don't let any old riff-raff up hanging out with Alan. She's a woman who likes to hang out with only the classiest of the classiest.
True.
All right,
True.
She's a top level.
Luckily, the disdain they give you doesn't chill your blood in the way that having an AK-47 assault rifle does when I walked down the wrong corridor at the Rwandan genocide trials last year. What a fool. What a fool.
You're not being flippant. You were at the Rwandan genocide trials.
Yeah, I popped in for an afternoon. I was filming in Tanzania.
Oh, I see.
Last year.
Yes.
And that's where the Rwandan genocide trials are occurring. The International Committee of Human Rights. I can't remember the acronym. Anyway, so I got separated from my party. Came out the loos. Oh, I think it was down here, and then it was down there. No, it wasn't. Sorry. What are you doing here? No, I wasn't involved in Rwanda in 95. I was at University of Warwick in 1994. I wasn't involved in any way in the massacre of
So, why were you even there? This is not an appropriate conversation. I don't know who goes on a day off to visit any kind of war trial, frankly. You're an absolute... recommend a tune, Harry, please.
Well,
this
me?
is unbelievable.
Oh, that's quite exciting. Well,
I thought you were going to tell us some stories about being caught with it, as a kid.
Well, if you're a regular Six Music listener, you'll have been enjoying the new Art Brut single, which is Alcoholics Unanimous. It's been all over Kivo, Lamo, Namono. The new album is called Art Brut vs Satan. It's out in April. This is a track from the album. It's fabulous. It's called Am I Normal?
Musical choice from Harry on this week's show. Harry?
Am I Normal by Art Brut.
Thank you very much indeed. We've moved through to the hub where we welcome Bleach. Round of applause for Bleach. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. You are relatively new to the scene, is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
I'm afraid I've not yet caught you live, although I've heard you're excellent, and I've heard that your music's wonderful. But I think the best thing to do to introduce you to any listener who's not yet familiar with you is just to hear something from you. What are you going to play for us straight away?
It's called The Wording Song.
The Wording Song?
Well, we wrote it on Worthing Beach, and it has no relevance to the song, but it kind of stuck.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It's very much your prerogative as artists to call it whatever you...
Take it
Bleach, live in the hub on Six Music. Thank you so much. I'm not going to BS you. I couldn't hear the words. I think it's because we're here in the room with you. I'm presuming that live, for people listening at home, it's all fine.
Yeah, that's
but
why I've got cans on.
could you hear? Because I was trying to, I couldn't hear. But just briefly, what were you singing about? It wasn't Worthing.
It wasn't worth it, no.
Do you
I might
remember?
get- I
You
might
don't
get-
remember what you were singing
might
about.
get
Were
in
you
trouble.
singing or were you just shouting?
Well, we'll hear from that.
What was the just general gist? So that, because I mean, I'm presuming there was no effing and blinding.
No.
No, good.
hope not.
And but so generally, what's the subject matter?
I might get in trouble if I say.
Oh, really? Is it not at all rock and roll?
About the music industry.
Well, it's
Is it the
Yeah.
music industry? Oh, really? Are you putting the V's up to the man?
Maybe a little bit.
You seem so new and so young to be already annoyed at the man. I thought it took at least a couple of records.
Mean.
Is the man mean?
Mean man.
What experience have you had of the man?
Probably not allowed to say that either.
Really? Wow. How long have you been
Say
together?
much.
How long have you been together, guys?
A year and a half?
And you've already got trouble. You're already angry at the man. It seems so strange. I can't understand it. It's what could he possibly have done? Are you talking specifically about? I mean, what man are we talking about? Just maybe a taxi driver who didn't show up? You were late for a gig? I mean, it seems.
It was the taxi driver.
Yeah. No, thank you for sharing your anger with us. We appreciate that. And so you've been together not very long at all, and everything's going great guns. You're already, you're sort of the record's coming out and everything. Is it
Yes.
it's all shaping up well?
On the 14th of April, we have a single out.
Great. Is it that one that we just heard?
It will be the
No.
song we are playing next.
Okay, brilliant.
for
Okay.
you.
And I was reading in some notes here that you were not originally called Bleach. Is that right?
We weren't, no.
You were called
We were Slumming Angels.
Slumming Angels, right?
Angels.
And why are you now Bleach?
Apparently that was too hard for people to spell and say.
Yes, yes. The youth of today, they're too busy
tricky one.
twittering.
We did try to make it easier by having it slum in with an M, you know, for predictive text. And
Okay,
stuff, but,
right.
But still not.
Yeah.
No.
Whereas Bleach is a
We've
lot
had
easier.
Of different, yeah.
And it's how do you spell bleach?
With 2 E's.
Ooh, Rufus, what's your take on that? Bleach with 2 E's, is that fine? I don't really understand
It
the
looks good,
English
look,
language.
written down.
Let's have a look. Oh, that does look quite good. Yeah, it looks a little bit like a brand of bleach.
Yeah.
It might have an exclamation mark after.
Bleach. No, it's a very good name. I like to give kind of new bands always the Steve Merchant introduction test, which is imagining myself introducing you at Wembley.
Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Bleach. Sounds good.
That did sound good.
Sounds really good. You see, and I think that's very